Hi yogis, I'm Cori. Today we're going to do just a general full body flow. I put that it was for intermediate or advanced just because we'll be moving a little bit quicker and I won't go into so much detail on each of the poses. But if you're just getting started with yoga and you want to give it a shot, remember that you can always leave something out if it doesn't make sense or feel good, or modify any of the poses that we come into. So feel free to try it out. We'll get started down on our backs. So bring your feet as far apart as your mat, or even a little wider if you have long legs. We'll let the knees knock in together and place your hands on your belly. Close your eyes. Feel your low back root down into the mat. Feel your shoulder blades press down into the earth behind you. And then just start to listen to the inhale and the exhale of your breath. Notice your feet pressing down into the mat. Notice how your knees feel resting against each other. Notice your hands on your belly, and the backs of your arms on the floor, and the back of your head supported by the earth underneath you. Notice the quality of your breath, the temperature of the room, how it feels to be slow and still here on your mat. Make your inhales a little longer. Make your exhales even longer than your inhales. Take your inhale deeper through your nose. Exhale, let it go out your mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill up all the way down into your belly. Exhale, release it out your mouth. Once more, fill up through your nose. Exhale, let it go out your mouth. And we'll let your eyes blink open. And we'll draw the knees up into your chest. Grab hold of opposite elbows here or anywhere on your forearms that you can reach. We'll take a little rock from side to side. Press your low back down towards the mat so you feel your low back start to lengthen. And find a little more space in your hip joints that way. Let your upper body be relaxed and your shoulders and head stay down. And then we'll start to extend the arms and the legs apart from each other. And we'll make ourselves look like a star. So like a 5-pointed star with your arms and legs spread apart. And then we'll cross our left ankle over our right ankle. And then we'll bring our left palm on top of our right. And then you'll start to make a stretch into the left side of your body. Pressing your left hip away as you reach your hands a little over to the right side, feet a little more over to the right side. Take an inhale here. Exhale, let it out. And we'll take one more inhale, stretch into the side of your left rib cage. And we'll start to walk our hands back through center. We'll come back to our star. This time we'll cross the right ankle over the left, and then the right hand comes right on top of the left. Keep your hips both on the ground as you stretch into the right side of your body. Breathe in through your nose. Fill your belly. Exhale, soften your shoulder blades down into the mat. We'll fill up once more. Breathe into the space created in between your ribs. And we'll exhale, come back through center. We'll come back to our ball. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Grab hold of them with your hands. We won't grab the elbows this time, but we'll start to peel the shoulder blades and the head up off the mat. And you come into a ball with your shoulder blades lifted. On our inhale, we'll lengthen the legs and lengthen the arms by your ears. Keep your toes pointed. On your exhale, we'll sweep around, draw everything back in. Shoulder blades stay up the whole time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sweep it back in. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, draws you back in. Inhale, lengthen. Suck your belly button down towards your spine. Exhale, draw back in. We'll do 3 more just like that. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, draws you back in. Lift the shoulders higher if they started to sink. Inhale, last 2. Exhale, draw it back in. Inhale, 1 more. Keep pressing your low back down into the earth. Exhale, hug in. We'll lower the shoulders and the head down to the mat. And then we'll bring the feet right in front of the hips. So hips distance apart as if we were setting up for bridge pose. Press down into your feet and stretch your fingers down towards your heels. Then we'll start to peel the shoulder blades up off the mat. Press the low back down into the floor. We'll inhale here. As you exhale, start to reach your right fingers down towards your right baby toe. Inhale up through center. Exhale, left fingers toward left baby toe. Inhale, center. Exhale, tap your right toes. Inhale through center. Exhale, tap your left. Inhale, draws you through center. Exhale, we'll tap over to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, over to the left. And we'll do 2 more times to each side. Keep the shoulder blades lifted off the mat. Let your neck be long so your shoulders are away from your ears. Inhale, draws you through center. And on your exhale, you reach as far as you can. And we'll come back through center, lift a little bit higher. And then exhale to lower down. And we'll rise up into a bridge pose here. So plant your hands down on the mat. And press down into the feet. Lift your hips up high. And this should feel pretty good after engaging the core a little bit. We'll keep our gaze up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your inner thighs in toward each other. Breathe in into your belly. Exhale. We'll lower the hips down to the earth. Windshield wiper the knees back and forth a couple times from side to side. And then we'll draw the knees back in. And we'll start to rock up and down your spine. And we'll do that 3 times. And on your 3rd one, you'll cross out your ankles, plant your hands, and we'll step back right to a down dog. So bring your feet hips distance apart. Spread your fingers wide. Hands as wide as your shoulders. And get settled into your down dog. And we'll spiral the inner thighs toward the back of the room. Lift your tailbone high. Bend your knees if you need to. Press down through your knuckles. Let your shoulder blades slide down your back. We'll bring your feet together. Bring your right leg high back behind you, straight leg. Bend your knee on your exhale. Stack your hips open. We'll inhale, kick the leg straight up and back behind you. Exhale, draw your foot up in between your hands. We'll place the back knee down, rise up for Anjaneyasana, arms come up by your ears. Exhale, sink down into your hips. Inhale, we'll lift the arms a little higher, stretch through both sides of your body. Exhale, we'll frame the front foot with our hands and we'll peel the back knee up off the mat. Inhale, we'll come to a twisted low lunge. Lift your right arm up, keep the left palm planted. Exhale to stay. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Inhale, reach higher with your top hand. Then on your exhale, we'll start to lower the right hand. Walk your hands around to the left edge of your mat. Your toes come in, your heels come out. We find a wide-legged forward fold. Shift the weight into the balls of your feet. And let the crown of your head face down towards the mat. We'll inhale to bring the hands under the shoulders, lift up halfway. Exhale, walk your hands around to the back of your mat so we come to a low lunge with the left foot forward. We'll lower the right knee down, Anjaneyasana on this side. Inhale here. Exhale, sink deeper into your hips. Inhale, reach up, bring your gaze up high. On your exhale, take both hands down to the inside of your front foot. We'll walk the left foot all the way over to the left edge of your mat and find your version of lizard pose on this side. Let your head and your neck relax. at least looking down between your forearms or maybe looking at your back knee. And take an inhale. Stay for your exhale. And we'll start to shift the weight back into the palms. We'll tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up, step into your downward facing dog. Get resettled, pedal out your knees if you need to. And on our next inhale, we'll bring the feet together, lift the left leg high and straight back behind you. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips open, but keep the shoulders square to your mat. Inhale, re-lengthen the left leg. Exhale, step it up in between your hands. Lower the back knee down, untuck the back toes, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, sink the hips down low, draw the belly button in towards your spine. Inhale, reach up, bring your gaze up high. Exhale, frame your front foot with your hands. Retuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. This time the right hand stays down. We'll lift the left arm to the sky for a twisted low lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, stay. Maybe you twist so your nose faces up towards your thumb. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, we'll start to take a wide-legged forward fold. All 10 toes start to face the side of your mat. Hinging at the waist, we lower the crown of the head down towards the floor. Next inhale, rise up halfway. Bring your hands right under your shoulders. Exhale, we'll walk back around to the front of our mat. Reframe your front foot with your hands, so right foot forward. Lower the back knee down. Rise up to Anjaneyasana. Inhale, lengthen through the sides of your body. Bring your gaze up. Exhale, hands come down, both of them to the inside of your front foot. Right foot walks all the way over to the right edge of your mat. Find your variation of lizard pose. That can be up on your palms or down on your forearms. And take another inhale here. Stay for your exhale. On our next inhale, we'll press the weight back into the palms. Retuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. Step back into your downward facing dog. We'll inhale, rise up high on the toes. Exhale, bend into your knees and make your way to the top of your mat. However you want to get there, we'll meet in Uttanasana, forward fold. And let your knees bend a little bit. Take a sway if you want to, or just let your arms hang down heavy. On your next inhale, rise up to a halfway lift, coming up to a flat back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, we'll rise all the way up to standing. We'll take a side bend over to the right. Take your right thumb and forefinger around your left wrist. Lean over to the right. Inhale here. Stay for your exhale. Next inhale, travel back through center. Switch out the grip of your wrist. So exhale over to the left. Stay for an inhale. Stay for an exhale. Inhale, reach high, bring your palms together. Exhale, forward fold. We'll inhale to rise up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. We'll step the feet to the back of the mat for high plank. Lower halfway down to chaturanga, or all the way to your belly. We'll inhale for our heart opener, up dog or cobra. And exhale to meet back in downward facing dog. Bring your feet together. Lift your right leg high, straight back behind you. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips open. Inhale, re-straighten, re-lengthen your right leg. Exhale, step your foot up in between your hands. Lower the back heel down, lift the arms up or rise up, warrior one. Make sure your hips are facing square to the front of your mat. Fire up your back leg really straight and strong. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, cactus your arms. Take a gentle back bend, lifting from your upper back. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, interlace your hands at the base of your spine. We'll stretch our knuckles down the back thigh. Reach your heart forward. And then as you exhale, start to fold into your humble warrior. Tuck your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Draw your right hip back. Your knuckles reach high. Your next inhale, start to press down through your front foot. We'll undo the grip of the hands, reach back up. Exhale, open up into your warrior two. Feet come into the same line, deep bend in your front knee. Line your ribs right over your hips. Inhale, reverse your warrior, flip your right palm to the sky, back hand lowers down, fingertips reach high and back. On our exhale, we'll flow. Bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Step back into plank, lower to chaturanga or all the way to the belly. Take your heart opener of your choosing. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Bring your feet together. Inhale your left leg high, straight back behind you. Exhale, bend your knee, stack the hips open. Inhale, re-straighten your left leg. Exhale, step it up in between your hands. Lower your back heel down, rise up, warrior one. Reset your hips so they're square. Re-strengthen through the back leg. Inhale here, bring your gaze up high. Exhale, back bend coming from your upper back. Draw your elbows wide. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, interlace your hands with the opposite finger on top. Stretch your knuckles down your back thigh. Stretch them away from your heart. And fold into your humble warrior. Tuck your left shoulder to the inside of your left knee. Bring your gaze down to the inside of your front foot and draw your left hip back. Come back to your breath here. Next inhale lifts you all the way back up to warrior one. Undo the clasp of your hands on the way. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Bring your heels in alignment with each other and your back toes to point a little bit forward. Reverse your warrior, flip the left palm up, lower your back hand down, reach high and back. Exhale, flow, cartwheel your hands down to the mat, step back into high plank, lower through chaturanga, and complete your vinyasa. Take an inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, bend into your knees, look forward past your hands. And then step your feet or hop them up right behind your hands, forward fold. We'll bring your feet together to touch. Sit your hips down low. Inhale the arms up by your ears, find chair pose. Sit your hips back and low, draw your chest back, suck your belly in. Inhale here. And then we're going to start to peel the right foot up off the mat. And so we lift it up like a flamingo. And then start to step your right foot all the way back so we come to a high lunge. Inhale here, sink your hips a little lower. And then we're going to start to wrap eagle arms. Right arm comes underneath your left. Bring your hands together. If that doesn't work for your shoulders, give yourself a nice big hug. We're shifting from our high lunge into eagle legs, so we'll start to bring the right knee up in front, wrap it up and over the left leg. And we'll start to zig your hips down low, just like our chair pose. Start to shift your elbows up in line with your shoulders. Draw your belly button back and your shoulders right over your hips. We'll inhale here. And as we exhale, we'll start to unwind the top leg. Keep your arms the same. We'll kick back into warrior three with eagle legs. And we'll flex through your back foot and then press through the ball of your foot so it's like a Barbie foot, like you're pointing. And then lower that right hip down a little bit. Inhale here. As you exhale, set that right foot back down. We come back to our high lunge. Undo the cross of your arms. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, take it through your vinyasa. And we'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go out your mouth. Next, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, bend into your knees, and at the bottom of your exhale, either hop or step your feet up behind your hands. We'll inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold in. Sink your hips down low like you're sitting in a chair. Bring your arms up by your ears. Utkatasana. Inhale here. Exhale, sit low. Then we'll start to peel this left leg up off the mat. And we'll start to step it back, coming into our high lunge. Take your feet wider apart if you need to. We'll spike the back heel up. Draw the right hip back. Then we'll wrap the left arm underneath the right. Bring the palms together to touch or take that same hug around your shoulders. Inhale here. And exhale to stay. And we'll start to shift into eagle legs. We'll wrap the left knee up and around the right. Start to sink the hips back down low. Take a double cross here or just a single cross so you can kickstand your left toes up against the outside of your right foot. Try to bring your hips square to the front of the mat. And then bring your elbows up in line with your shoulders. And take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to unwind. Coming into warrior 3. Left leg lifted with eagle arms. Let your left hip lower just a bit and then press the ball of your back foot towards the back wall behind you. Straighten as best you can through your standing leg. Inhale here. Exhale, step back, high lunge, uncross your arms, reach back up. Exhale, plant your hands down on the earth. And we'll step back to a high plank. Flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. We'll inhale the right heel high back behind you. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips open. Inhale, stay here. Enjoy a nice opening in your hip flexor. Exhale, we'll bring the right knee across underneath the body. We'll bring it right in behind the right wrist, setting up for pigeon pose. And we'll walk our back toes back a little bit. Inhale for a proud pigeon. Exhale, start to fold your way down into your pigeon on this side. And walk your arms out or be up on your forearms. Lower your forehead down onto something. Welcome a little bit more slowness and stillness here as you come back to your breath. Give yourself one more deep breath in on this side. And sink a little deeper on your exhale. And then we'll crawl the hands back to the top of the mat. Retuck your back toes behind you. And we'll step the right foot back to meet the left. In your down dog, swing the hips from side to side. Do whatever feels good to reset. And then we'll reach the left leg up and back. And we'll bend the knees, stack the hips open. Inhale here. And as you exhale, slide your left knee up behind your left wrist. Find your pigeon on the other side. And walk the back toes back a little bit. Flex into your left foot, bringing your shin a little more parallel to the front of your mat. And then we'll start to walk the hands out, lowering your belly over your shin. Finding somewhere to ground your forehead. And settling into your pigeon. And we'll stay here for one more full round of breath. And on your next inhale, start to walk your hands back in. Re-tuck your toes. Start to lift the hips up and back. Step your left foot back to meet your right. And sway your hips just a little. And then we'll lower the knees down. Set the hips back on the heels. Find your child's pose. And take a nice deep inhale breath here. Exhale, breathe it out your mouth, down into your mat. And then slowly walk your hands back towards your knees. And we'll shift around so the legs come right out in front of you. And we'll straighten through the legs, flex into both feet. Inhale, reach the arms up by your ears. And then exhale, start to fold forward. Draping your upper body over your extended legs. Bending into the knees here if you need to. And letting yourself fold in. Take an inhale, look forward towards your feet. And exhale, start to unravel your spine, rolling back up to a seat. And then we'll scooch forward, just make sure you have enough room to roll down. Straighten the arms out in front of you, tuck your tailbone under, and we'll slowly roll down onto our backs. And we'll draw the knees up into the chest. Come back into your ball, hug yourself back in, take a little rock from side to side. And we'll release the grip from around the elbows, lengthen through your right leg, lengthen through your left leg, and let your right arm come down by your side, and then your left arm. Close your eyes. Soften across your mouth and your jaw. And let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Find some space between your teeth. And locate the rhythm of your breath. And enjoy your Shavasana. Enjoy your Shavasana for as long as you like and as long as you have time to. When you're ready, you'll slowly make your way out of it, giving yourself some time to reconnect with yourself and show some gratitude for your body and your practice. I appreciate you being here today. Thank you for watching. Namaste.